When the clock starts ticking, you just become aware that the game is on. The time is now. When you take the time to become self-aware of the time, you're going to go and get things done right away. You're not going to wait. The clock is ticking and you hear it. Get to work now. Good morning to you, good day to you, good evening to you. Whatever time of day it is that you're watching this, I wish you the absolute best. My name is Freed. Welcome to The Art of Being Freed. This is a show that focuses on growth mindset for creatives. So you've got your day planned, but how can you effectively manage your time? Many failures are typically a result of a mismanaging of time. Listen, time can be your greatest ally if you allow it to work for you. In this video, we are going to cover one of the greatest, most effective time management techniques that I've personally ever used. And I promise that after you learn how to use this technique, it's going to make you 10 times more productive in everything you do. So this technique is called the Pomodoro Technique, and Pomodoro means tomato in Italian, and it's designed to help you intensely focus on a single task for 25 minutes at a time, followed by a 5-minute break. Now, if you do this 3 to 4 times a day, all of a sudden you're getting just as much, if not more, done in 2 hours than you would in a full day. Now, the first benefit to using this method is that it's going to increase your concentration. Now, you can focus on a single task, and with the timer, you can't waste any seconds. I like to have a visible timer, and if you really want to ratchet up the intensity, get one of those old school timers that you wind up and it ticks as it counts down. Just hearing those ticks are going to motivate you to focus harder because the clock is ticking. The second benefit of utilizing the Pomodoro technique is that you're going to drastically reduce procrastination. When the clock starts ticking, you just become aware that the game is on. The time is now. When you take the time to become self-aware of the time, you're going to go and get things done right away. You're not going to wait. The clock is ticking and you hear it. Get to work now. Anytime you try anything new, it's best to ease yourself into it, and you can certainly jump in, but the key is to just get started. Now, if you have a job that requires, several tasks, ultimately you'll want to find a way to break those tasks up into 25-minute increments. Remember, you get the 5 minutes of break, but the idea is to get into focused momentum. And a real good way to test this is if you have to do chores. Like cleaning is something that a lot of people procrastinate on, especially if there's a lot to clean. Often you'll look at that as just an all day long project, and it is possible that it's going to take some time for you to clean, but if you just focus on one thing at a time, it's going to be easier to approach it. I was just watching the Meg 2, and Jason Statham's character talked about focusing on that one thing at a time, the one problem that's in front of you, and then once you attack that problem, you can go to the next one. The old saying is, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer is one bite at a time. So if you have to clean something and you break it down in a small task and you put that timer on, you're going to find out that it really didn't take you that long to clean. You just didn't want to do it. The key here is that you want to gamify your production, right? And that clock is going to do it. If I've only got 25 minutes to, clean off this desk or do these dishes and that clock's ticking, I'm in it. That's what I'm focused on. So when it comes to challenges to doing any type of time management technique, the biggest challenge is distractions. And since the key to doing the Pomodoro technique is to focus and eliminate distractions, you're going to want to begin to put things away that may distract you. Close everything out and just focus on the task that's in front of you. Now, if you're at work and you're trying this technique, this one's going to be a little tricky because you're going to get distracted. People are going to come up to you and you might have to be proactive and start letting people people know, hey, I'm trying this new time management method. Maybe you can even get folks to try it with you. But for me, if I'm really focused, I'm going to put on some big headphones and just put my head down. Most of the time, people will recognize and respect that you're working. But if you're not that person and people are still going to come and just talk to you, let them know that you're trying something new. And if they come by and you have a sign on your desk or your headphones on that this is the focus right now, I've got 25 minutes. I have no seconds to waste. And if you want to be nicer about it, just, hey, I've got only 25 minutes. Write down what you need. We'll revisit it when I'm done. But you must respect your time. You must respect this process. Now, for some tasks, 25 minutes may not be enough. When I started, I like to do 45 minutes on, 15 minutes off. It was actually very intense. The very first time I did it, it was like 55 minutes on, 5 minutes off. But I really wanted to get focused. So the bigger the project, the bigger the ambition, the more time you may need. Just make sure you cycle and have those intervals where you're taking a break at the end. And during that break, you can go meditate, you can read a book, you can take a walk, you can do some exercise within that 5 minutes. Bio breaks, obviously. I like to go hang with my dog for a little bit. There are different things that you could do in those breaks, but the idea for the breaks is to avoid burnout, because sometimes people will just work for hours straight at a time and they don't give themselves that break. They're getting lost in the time. Again, when you get lost in the time, time's working against you. But if you're with the time, hey, I got 25 minutes, no seconds to waste, you're going to get a lot more done. So if things are in slow motion for you or they just don't seem to be moving, really check yourself as far as what are you doing with your time? Like, how are you managing your time? Are you making the most of each second? The more you do this technique, this Pomodoro technique, you're going to be more aware of the time. So every time you do something, as you build this habit, you're going to realize what you're doing with your time. Are you wasting it away on the couch, just watching, whatever? Are you getting caught up consuming what everybody else is putting out? Or are you producing? There's a time to produce and there's a time to consume. You should spend most of your time producing. Put in the work and feel like, hey, I did what I needed to do. Now I could kick back, put on some TV, put on some video games, whatever. But when it comes to the Pomodoro technique and any time management technique, it's all about intention, focus, and engagement. Whatever you focus on, whatever you engage in is going to expand, it's going to grow, whether it's good or bad, right? The seed is the seed. It could be a seed of positivity or it could be a negative nightshade type of seed. Whatever seed you plant is going to grow. So make sure you're planting seeds that are going to produce and bear good fruit for you. Do the right things with your time, because ultimately that's what's going to help to make you more efficient when it comes to conquering what you need to conquer. What do you think about this technique? Have you tried it? Is this something that you would try? Let us know in the comments. I had someone talk about knowing how to plan their day, but not necessarily how to attack each task. And this, I found, is the most efficient way to attack those tasks. So you've got your day planned out, you got your week planned out, you know everything you need to do. This is how you can manage the time in getting those things done. Remember, start with something like cleaning, something that you've been putting off. Do a 25-minute or maybe even a 45-minute if you gotta, do like a whole kitchen. But I promise you, if you just focus on that time that you have to do that one specific task, you're gonna get so much done that you're gonna actually get more done than you thought, because you just had that time to do that task. If you like this video and want to see more, please hit that subscribe button, give it a like. If you came across this video and saw anything that stuck with you, all I ask for is a like so that more people can see this. And of course, feel free to share with your folks if they can benefit from a time management technique like this. The Art of Being Free, dropping new episodes every Friday, a couple Saturdays here and there. 3 months to go in the year. If you want to get caught up on some really cool videos that will help to grow your mindset, stay tuned. At the end of this video, we're going to drop a link for season 1 of The Art of Being Freed. A few more episodes to go for this podcast in particular before we drop the next one. So I look forward to seeing you, and I thank you for making it this far into the video. Until next week, this is your boy Freed with The Art of Being Freed, and I will see you soon. Peace.